Well, hi there, hello. My name's John, and John Neffin. I live in Warwick, which is in the UK. And for our friends over in the pond, the other side of the pond in the USA, I live near Stratford, and I know that you're all familiar with a lot of it, Shakespeare, even more than I am. So, yeah. But I want to do this tribute today for a guy called Hugh Hitchcock. In fact, Hugh J Hitchcock. And there's a reason for that, and a good one, and I think you'll be interested. In fact, I think you'll be very interested. Just quickly, if you love the internet, and this no doubt be the reason why you're looking at this video now, if you're very experienced or you're newbie, there's some powerful shocks in store for you, as you know. And I could talk about so many things, but I'm going to cut it short by telling you a simple story. A guy looks for a job, and he sees one advertised in the local paper, and it's for a man to look after a farm while the owners are away for maybe 2 or 3 years. So he applies for the job, and during the interview they of course get to the stage where they say, and what qualifications do you have? And you'll never guess, well, guess what did he reply? I can sleep when the wind blows. So anyway, that night they reviewed all the candidates they'd had, and the one thing that they knew was so important, so very important above so many other things, was honesty and trust. And he realised that the other candidates, no matter what qualification they had, that didn't really ring true. So they thought about this man, but the qualifications were a bit strange. But then they decided to take a gamble, and at the end of the day, they took him on, and they went away. Well, after 2.5 years, they were listening to the news one day, and they heard that there's been this massive storm in their homeland, and just where the farm was, in that area of their homeland too. So because that was their sole income, that was everything to them, that not this the sole income, everything, they got on a plane as fast as they could, and they went home. And on the way, of course, to the farm, travelling from the airport, they saw the damage to other properties, and they saw so much. They got to the farm, and they raced through the farm looking for this guy, and they stopped and they looked, and they thought, well, where's all the equipment in the field? Where's all their equipment? And they looked in one of the barns, and then before they went in the barn, they noticed it was reinforced in an ingenious way that is beyond description really, but simply but ingenious, and totally reinforced. They went in the barn, and there was all their equipment. And they went in the next barn, and they noticed all the animals. This is their biggest barn, and all the animals were in that barn, and they were totally calm. There's music playing in the background. They all looked totally normal, no doubt had been recently fed. And then they went in the third barn and noticed the rest of all the ancillaries and the bits and pieces and the equipment, and the barn had been totally reinforced as the other 2 barns had. Then they went to the house, and on the way in the house they noticed all the windows had been boarded, the roof had been structured and reinforced with a tarpaulin in such a way it was roped down, it was structured, and everything was intact. And so they went through the house looking for this guy, and they couldn't find him. And they looked everywhere for this man, and I'm telling you now that they couldn't find him. And then they went to the bedroom, last resort, opened the door, and there he was, fast asleep, with a cup beside him that probably had a nightcap in. And that's when they realised what he meant when he said, I can sleep when the wind blows. And they knew that they could never have picked a better person to look after the farm. Now, the moral of the story is simply this. I could have talked about Hugh in all sorts of ways. In his fantastic design of software, I could have talked about the individual pieces of software he's done, about his mastermind group, how he's helped people, how he helped me when I had nothing. I could really gone to town, but we'd have been here all day. And then, we could talk about there's other people out there and technically qualified and other gurus out there. In fact, there's one in England I know that's made 8 million on the internet, but that's beside the point. The man that I found that was the best after I'd spent my life savings looking for something that felt right and somebody that was honest was this man. And he taught me how to sleep when the wind blows. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, let me tell you. The guy that found asleep was me, of course. The land, the farm, and everything on the farm was the internet. And the owners of the farm were Google and Facebook. Can you get my meaning? So where's the storm? Well, let me tell you. The moment you go on the internet to improve yourself, you're hit by a storm. There's thousands of them out there. There's 10 billion bits of information fighting for that bit of a screen you're on here now. The one you're looking at is saturated by billions waiting to get on, but it's filtered. And you're probably looking at this now, you've gone through whatever channel you've gone through, and it's all of that stuff's filtered. But the moment you start branching out, you're confronted like the man in the car with 1,000 roads in front of him, all toll-bearing roads, so you've got to pay whichever one you go down, and he needs to get to where he's going, and he can only afford to go down one road. And that is a situation that really is the fate we're faced with. And you taught me to sleep when the wind blows. And when you get on the internet and you want to better yourself, the second you do it, you're confronted with an almighty storm, an avalanche, a tsunami of stuff. And don't tell me, no matter how good you are, that isn't the fact. Why Hugh? Why attribute to him? Because apart from this intensely interrelated software focused purpose that he had, and the fact he's an engineer, the fact he's Microsoft approved engineer in the years back, and now he's designing stuff, but he beyond all that is a teacher, and he's a focused business person. And I could go on, but I'm not going to go on, because this man will teach you to sleep when the wind blows. Does that make sense, what I'm saying? All I can say is, if you're interested enough, rather than me give you a link page here or a lead page, just go on the internet, just go in your search engine, in your search bar, and just put Hugh J Hitchcock, and believe you me, you'll find him in one of his various capacities. Now, he's looking for people that are honest and genuine and want to get on, and he will help you, because he gets a purpose out of doing it, and he enjoys that. Believe you me, he's qualified. I don't care what level you're at. And on the basic side of things, that was a thing. We know that you need these 3 things to qualify, and that's just for starters. For success, I wish you the best. I wish you to make progress. I take my hat off to Hugh. This is for you, Hugh. I hope it does more good than harm. And love you to bits, man. You take care. Many thanks. Thank you all for listening. Bye.